The Sims 4 released in 2014 and up until now it is the longest running Sims game. Does it actually contribute to the legacy of previous Sims games? In my opinion, after 800 hours of playing it, no. But let's find out why. Number 1. DLC. Starting in 2000, Sims 1 was a prime example for a simulation game, and it also introduced expansion packs, allowing the player to purchase said packs and add more content to the game. The Sims 1 had a total of 7 expansion packs, the first one being Living Large, which was released in August 2000, and Make and Magic being the last one to be released in October of 2003. Sims 2 would be the next in the franchise, and it also introduced stuff packs. Sims 2 had a total of 8 expansion packs and 10 stuff packs, including the H&M stuff pack, the IKEA stuff pack, and Open for Business, University, and Free Time expansion packs, just to name a few. Sims 3 would be released in 2009, and it had 11 expansion packs and 9 stuff packs after its run. And The Sims 3 would also introduce the Sims 3 Exchange, allowing everyone to download created content from other players and to use Sim points to purchase additional towns and objects using real-life currency. And needless to say, the exchange was quite expensive. Well, in my eyes it was expensive. And then came Sims 4. Wow then, Sims 4 at first was supposed to be an online game, but after the disaster that was SimCity in 2013, Sims 4 became a simulation game just like its predecessors. However, it was released with mixed responses because of the lack of features and missing content like toddlers, pools and ghosts. Sims 4 would also be the first Sims game to have not 2 but 4 types of different packs: expansion, game, stuff, and kits. Needless to say, EA was ready and still going strong on milking the Sims franchise, cutting up content from previous expansion packs and selling them separately in these 4 categories. For example, Sims 3 had Supernatural, right? And it had fairies, werewolves, witches, zombies and vampires all in one expansion pack. However, in Sims 4, they were all released separately, with witches and wizards being in Sims 4 Realm of Magic, werewolves are in Sims 4 Werewolves, and of course, vampires are in Sims 4 Vampires. And these 3 could have been easily one expansion or even one large game pack. I would have loved that, but no, it's EA. They'll do anything to make enough money, even if it sparks controversy. Now, for The Sims 4, given that it has more variations of packs in total, the game has a whopping 71 packs. There are 15 expansion packs, 12 game packs, 19 stuff packs, and kits, with the largest number being 25 in total. Not only that, I have never seen a situation like the one with Sims 4 Pets and My First Pet Stuff, DLC for DLC. And at the time of recording this video, now My First Pet Stuff and Romantic Garden Stuff is free. I mean, great, that's nice. As if sunk cost fallacy wasn't a real thing, what the hell? Number 2. Gameplay. Sims 1 is the first one in the franchise to have open-ended gameplay, allowing people to control Sims or virtual people and have the Sims go through wacky and zany situations. And Sims 1 never really had an objective. I never got to play Sims 1 unfortunately, but judging from what I've seen, it does look like it could have been a lot of fun, and it does seem to be quite difficult in all honesty. Sims 2 in 2004, a lot of people loved because of the in-depth gameplay and allowing players to control their Sims from life until death. Only Abadoing has done some great videos showcasing the details present within Sims 2, with the wants and the fears, the small but wonderful details and interactions, memories for your Sims, and even the cutscenes for new events in the Sims life. That actually seems like such a great addition. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play Sims 2 either, only recently I got to play it. It does hold up to this day, even for a 2004 game. Sims 3 was the one that I really started in, and Sims 3 also introduced the open world format with the cars and allowing the player to go through their neighborhood without the use of loading screens, and it offered a lot more than before. For example, with World Adventures, which was also my first expansion pack, it also gave us Chapsless Sims, Shank Simler and Al Simhara to travel and to gain objects such as the scooter, the training dummy, the nectar making machine, and allowing players to explore tombs. It's my favorite expansion pack alongside Supernatural. I love Sims 3, man. But now we get to Sims 4. Sims 4, however, is just lackluster. It is good that the base game came with updates such as the Infant update and adding various items from different cultures too, and Dragon Age 2 hats. I don't know. But Sims 4 has always lacked something vital. Each pack has always advertised prioritized a feature that had some flair, a little special something. For example, Horse Ranch had the horses, Werewolves had the werewolves, and surprisingly some great lore behind them. Cottage Living has the llamas and the farming aspects, and My Wedding Stories had the opportunity to have in-depth wedding ceremonies. And I must say, while The Sims 4 does look quite pretty, the aesthetic is actually great. There's no randomness and no consequences. There's too many social interactions, and it slowly became a dollhouse simulator. The trailers always presented something interesting and worthy of you to watch, and spending your money on packs and having past features toned down, which was very disappointing. Rakowski's video, 5 Reasons Why The Sims 4 is the Worst, mentions how EA purposefully leaves the game as dull as possible in order for you to spend more money, and in a sense, it's true. I've fallen for this trap several times and I've always been disappointed. Not to mention the simulation lag and how terrible it is. Your sim would literally take a lot of time to do one interaction queued up, only for them to cancel it when they go to the location for a conversation, and then they just stand there. I mean, seriously? The Sims 4 has lasted almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years in September of this year. That's the longest any Sims game has actually lasted, and it doesn't actually live up to the standard of gameplay when it came to its predecessors either. And the selling point of the packs can also be played for 10 minutes and more and just, be forgotten about. It's actually truly disappointed it's become like this. What the hell happened? Number 3, entertainment. Sims 4, for me at least, is just a chore, and I really came to realize that the modding community of The Sims 4 really helps the game in terms of long-term enjoyment. And 10 years into the game, again, let's make it a decade actually, let's make it sound old. It had a lot of potential, but because it's so stale, the game just became continuously stale. I mentioned Dollhouse Simulator. Let's be real here. Build mode for Sims 4 is actually very good, but just saying, once you step out of build mode, do you feel like playing? Do you feel like your Sims could get into zany situations without mods? For me, no. I do not believe that Sims 4 has real consequences. It has no chaotic energy, it's too safe, and there's also quite a few bugs in it. For example, Dine Out in My Wedding Stories being a prime example of being broken. No one asking for Journey to Batu, and of course My First Pet stuff. I mean, seriously? It's nice for The Sims 4 to be free now and having a few decent delivery updates, but the DLC costs too much. The base game, despite its updates, is still lacking, and the DLC just strips other content from the previous games, and of course the expansion packs. And console players last year also getting the short end of the stick with their controls being changed. This game will be 10 years old in September of this year. How is it possible, with the amount of DLC it has, the simulation lag you may have, you are unable to have an enjoyable experience? The worst change for me when it came to The Sims 4 was the alternative timeline excuse. I'm sorry, what? Changing the mother of the Caliente sisters, cutting out the Bella Goth story. Some people do struggle to come up with stories of their own. It can be quite difficult. Thankfully, with the mods that I do use, I am actually creating a story with my own vampire family and their relationship with Vladislav Stroud, Greg, and the Goth family. I might even do a video on them in the future just to explain the lore that I have made for them. I think that I could actually do that. It would be a lot of fun. And one thing that I will say, the last point that I will say, is that Sims 4 has truly become a disappointment. This video was supposed to be called Sims 4, A Decade of Mediocrity, but instead it's the title that it is now, A Decade of Meh. And that's exactly what The Sims 4 is. And it's probably going to be the last Sims game that I actually buy. It's truly sad, and with Project Renee, I have no hopes for this franchise anymore. Yes, they may add different DLC and whatnot, but how long is that going to last, I wonder? Well, we'll just have to see, won't we? Bye.